Begin broadcast. Humble Among broadcast system number 140, June 25th, 2024. How we doing? We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and only about 2 hours to talk about it in before the Shaggy Show goes live on Twitch. I ain't trying to stream into the Shaggy Show time. What a foolish errand that would be. How arrogant would I be to try to stream into the Shaggy Show stream? So we're going to try to do all of this stuff as quickly as possible. There's so much to talk about. We'll see how well I do. Should be a relatively streamlined show. I have it streamlined down to be relatively fast, so we'll see. Is anybody out there? The chat's quiet as fuck. Say something in the chat if you're here. Make sure I'm actually live. Holy shit. Nick's here. Okay. Frogger's here. Okay, there's people here. Okay. Y'all were being a little quiet. Took you a second. Big Nasty Juggalo, Frogger, Titty Kitty, Booty Pins, Sean Stewart, Wicked Widget. Happy birthday, Don. Whoop whoop. Happy birthday to Wicked Widget Productions, aka Don. David the Juggalo. Mystic, what's up? Whoop whoop to everybody in here. Alright, people are in here. I'm not feeling all awkward, like I'm talking to nobody, like I do on Instagram when I go live on Instagram. Shit, we went live on Twitch and there was a lot of fucking people that showed up. Well, not a lot, like 3 or 4. Alright, let me get it to the tonight's title screen while I finish my little arts and crafts project. That's right, tonight's episode, Violent J's Orangutan Jungle School, which is a reference to Violent J's appearance, or really the Insane Clown Posse's appearance. I want to say it was just Violent J's appearance, goddammit. Just the Insane Clown Posse's appearance on Drake Champs, where Violent J revealed that he wants to start an orangutan jungle school after he's done with the third deck of Joker's cards. So that'll be interesting. Let me finish my little arts and crafts project, and then we'll get the show started. Emily is here, but she's in pain off camera. So if you hear random screaming, it's Emily. Her back is killing her from carrying the weight of that goddamn Dunkin' Donuts. And from back shots from me, but that's purely speculation. She didn't like that joke, folks. She did not like that joke. Alright, let me finish my little arts and crafts project. Oh, baby. It's her day off and she's just in pain on her day off. Send Emily positive healing vibes, please. She needs it. You alright? No. So if you hear little whimpers, that's her. Not that kind of a whimper either. Jesus Christ. So she'll be here, but she'll be off cam in pain. Alright, I'm almost done with my arts and crafts project. Alright, I think the arts and crafts are done. All right. There's the reveal. Ta-da! What's up, y'all? Okay, we have a lot to talk about, so I'm just gonna dive right in. Let me get into my notes. Oh shit. I gotta reload my notes. Hold on one second, y'all. Hope this don't fuck anything up. I have to reload my notes to make sure I get them up. Okay, let's see if that works. There it is. Alright, fingers crossed that this doesn't screw anything up. I think we'll be good. Still on. Okay. Alright, first of all, I need to say, rest in peace to InfoWars, who died trying to suck its own dick. InfoWars is being liquidated because Alex Jones is broke from having to pay, yeah, So they're taking away his InfoWars shit, and they're liquidating everything. So rest in peace to InfoWars. Died trying to suck its own dick. More serious note though, rest in peace to Shifty Shellshock of Crazy Town, who passed away earlier this morning, in his home in LA. No word on what happened, but if you've been following the recent spat of Crazy Town news stories, I don't want to speculate, but I'm going to speculate. It's probably some sort of drug-related thing because of what we've been seeing with them lately. But still, sad as fuck. You hope people will turn it around, but a lot of times people don't turn it around, and I wish I could say I was surprised about this news, but I was not surprised at all. But still, rest in peace to Shifty Shellshock. Crazy Town was the shit back in the day. I don't care what anyone says. Butterfly was a dope-ass song. Toxic is a dope-ass song. Black Cloud is a dope-ass song. Go listen to The Gift of Game. I think that's the name of the CD. Go listen to their debut CD. It's a new metal classic, in my opinion. I think a lot of new metal heads know what's up with that album. But, yeah, man. Fucking rest in peace to Shifty Shellshock. Already said happy birthday to Don, a.k.a. Wicked Widget Productions, but happy birthday again, homie. I don't have anything from the P.O. Box, so we're just going to skip right past that. If you want the P.O. Box, there it is. My new album. I revealed last time that July 4th it will be dropping. I think I showed you the track list. I'm going to order CDs right when I get it back off of here, but I need y'all, I need y'all to do me a huge, huge favor. Oh, rest in peace to Sika, Noah, to wrestling fans. Rest in peace to Sika. I didn't know one of the Samoans died. That's one of the wild Samoans. Fuck. Rest in peace to Sika. Yeah, I need y'all to pre-save my new album, Sign of the Times, coming out July 4th. Let me drop the link in the chat. If y'all would do me a huge favor and just take a second, you can even do it during this broadcast. Take it. I know it's going to be hard to leave this. It's going to be very hard, but I need y'all to go to that link I just put in the chat, and I need y'all to, pre-save that shit. Go to, make sure you see this. Done, pre-saved. Because I don't think you guys realize how much that really fucking helps me out when it comes to this shit. That really helps me out. Because those pre-saves are basically an auto download. And I think it counts as several streams. So that shit helps me out tremendously. Is this album America themed? I mean, is America part of planet Earth? Yes. So I would say it is America themed. Yes. It is planet Earth themed. It is humanity themed, Cheese House. I would say it's about society. We're living in a society here, and a lot of you don't seem to realize it. I've been watching way too much Curb Your Enthusiasm. My apologies. I told you I was going to be loud. They can hear me? I don't know. Last time they said the mic was a little low. Is the mic low again? Chat? What? She's shushing me. Let's see. I want to start with a couple of little video clips. Oh, before I get too deep into it, because I know I'm going to forget when we talk about CM Punk. This isn't even the first time Jay semi-recently talked about CM Punk. It was brought to my attention that at The Gathering last year, you remember when Jay changed the lyrics to Fuck the World at The Gathering last year? And it was like Fuck Twisted and all this other shit. CM Punk was one of the people he added into the new section of Fuck the World. He had a CM Punk part in there.
And you, make my nickname after him.
Seaman Punk, yes. I also call him Seaman Punk, though. You guys share the nickname Seaman Punk.
If everybody hates him, so you hate me?
No, of course not. Seaman Punk's just a funny name. And it just seems like, I don't know, you're some sort of punk rocker who's obsessed with semen, a little bratty punk rocker obsessed with semen. Can't get enough of it. Mouth agape. Your mouth was agape when I said that too. What? Okay. Wait, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. You should just let me do my thing. It'll be easier. All right, y'all. Let's play a quick drinking game. I want you all to take shots while the Insane Clown Posse says, and Danny Brown says, you know what I'm saying. This is from YMH earlier today. I think this has already made the rounds, but it's always fun when a good YMH, you know what I'm saying, goes down. And plus, you know, I like to roll the dice because you never know. I might get a nice copyright strike from your mom's house studios who made their living, made their fucking living off of other fucking clips, but will hit a smaller YouTube channel like myself.
Have more swag, you know what I'm saying?
All right, let's play this.
It's the Danny Brown's podcast. And so the three of them were, you know what I'm saying, it up so hard that we have a, you know what I'm saying, supercut from Danny Brown and ICP. This might, you know what I'm saying, break all the records, okay? Here we go.
I can relate to that shit. You know what I'm saying? 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 We try to always be relevant. You know what I'm saying? How in the fuck? You know what I'm saying? 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 It's your fault, motherfucker. Have more swag. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because she was fucking. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what I'm saying? You had a train ran out. You know what I'm saying? 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 It was always about half full, the arena. Really? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? 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 This is like the place to be.
Anyone dead yet?
Love them so much.
Awesome. Good job,
Great
guys.
work,
That was
guys.
amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Mad love to ICP and Danny Brown.
Anyway, I love it when they do that. That's one of my favorite things. There's not much about Your Mom's House Studios other than Danny Brown and ICP compilations that I'm really fucking with anymore. God, that shit's fun. Let's see. I have another quick clip before I talk about the Gathering announcements. You guys remember Greatness? Remember that guy Greatness? That Violent J did the song with Vanilla Ice? Well, apparently, he called out Jake Paul? I know, weird, right? Let me see if I can restart this and unmute this.
Man, what's up, fake Paul? That's what I'm gonna call you from now on, boy.
How much dye is in that beard?
Paul,
Jesus Christ.
The Beach Boy, suburban lifestyle, rich.
Hold on. Who's got more dye in their beard? Let's play a game. Who's got more dye in their beard? Buckshot or this guy, Greatness? Who's got more dye in their beard? Buckshot, Greatness, or Joe Budden? Let's play a game. Let me know in the chat who.
That's the fucking Beach Boy. You don't want to get in the ring with no white boy like me, man. I'll really demolish you, victimize you, right? And I'll give half of my earnings to charity. And for all of the fake semi-pro boxers, we know what that means. Your ass ain't never gonna be a boxer, all right? Y'all talking about he ain't got hip rotation. He can't guard his face right, man. I would demolish Jake Paul easily and simply. So what's up, fake Paul? You trying to do this, Beach Boy? Let me know. And for the rest of y'all lames, there's two things you can't get in the gym. You can't get a heart or big balls, and I got both of those, and y'all can go to the gym all day and you'll never have them. Let's get it.
I don't even know what that promo was about. It seems that he challenged Jake Paul on some clout chasing shit. I don't know. What did he say in that promo, chat? I know the chat seems to think Greatness has the most beard dye in. That's a lot of beard dye. I'll give him that. Let's see. JCW Lunacy was packed. We'll get to that later. I don't know why I put that in the beginning. Huh. Anyway, seeing as we're here, we might as well do it now. Here's a little peek at we'll talk about it a little bit more later, perhaps, because I have it in the stack later. But here's JCW in Detroit, which was free, by the way. Yeah, no shit, I'm missing those files. Which was free, by the way. Let me show you Jay giving the crowd instructions for the tapings. Oh.
One more again. 1, 2. All right, y'all. You motherfuckers are the shit. episodes. Are y'all ready? Here comes JCW Lunacy!
So that's dope. Shouts out to the Juggalos who pulled up for that and filling that place out. I know it was really important to Violent J to see a lot of Juggalos in that place. So, shouts out to everybody who pulled up. I know William was in the house. Fago Warrior and Ann were in the house. Local Clown crew was in the house doing his thing, giving out free Fago dogs and all that, free Fagos and all that good stuff. Saw a lot of people were in the house. That was dope. Why Not was in the house, I believe, with William. Yeah, Why Not? A lot of dope motherfuckers were in the house. Shouts out to y'all for pulling up. I do have a WrestleZone article that I have not read, but it's probably just hype for the JCW Lunacy series. But this is a relatively big wrestling online publication. So this is this is pretty. Oh, it's from June 12th. This is from a while ago. I thought this was this week. Well, anyway, it's dope that they're getting a little bit of press. JCW getting a little bit of mainstream wrestling press, because really they don't get a lot of press. They don't really get a lot of consideration from anybody. Like, they're not in the Observer or any of that shit. Oh, that's why I put this here. So I heard, and I checked with Violent J to see if this was okay that I sort of leak this. I could have made a whole video about it and probably done relatively well, but I don't want to overtly leak this. I want to sort of drop it in the middle of the show and see how it swims its way through the Juggalodium, so to speak. I heard about, so we'll talk about it a little bit later when we get to Conrad's appearance, or Violent J's appearance on Conrad Thompson's show, and Drink Champs. I actually think this was dropped on Drink Champs. Yeah, this was the exclusive. This was in that exclusive piece of audio that we did the video about. That's only on the podcast version from Drink Champs. Violent J reveals to Shaggy that they are working with Vice on producing a docuseries for ICP and perhaps an episode of Dark Side of the Ring. But it seems like that might already be in works without maybe the help of Vice. It seems that one Deadbug Says might already be covertly, maybe not so covertly now that I'm talking about it, working on the ICP docuseries, which is really exciting news, because if you saw the When Deadbug Met the Duke documentary, that went over really well with Juggalos, and I think is a really good pilot episode. Yeah, we'll call it that. A really good pilot episode for what the ICP docuseries could be. So go check out When Deadbug Met the Duke. It might be a really good preview of what we're going to see with the Vice, or maybe no Vice, ICP docuseries. Let's see. Let's talk a little bit about the gathering of the Juggalos. And then I'll kind of work backwards with how my notes are, because I have my notes a little askew. Let's talk about the gathering of the Juggalos, because there's been a bunch of announcements about the gathering of the Juggalos since the last stream we did. I think I have 8 different announcements. Let's go through those. By the way, the gathering website was down. JuggaloGathering.com was down for some time. I assume for some maintenance, trying to clean up some hackers and shit, because there's not anything super new up there now. But JuggaloGathering.com is back up. You can buy tickets again. I'm assuming very safely at this point that they would have all their ducks in a row. But yeah, JuggaloGathering.com is back up. I'll show you guys real quick. It is back up, so you can go buy tickets, all that good shit. The only update I noticed moving around the website is the Macabre stage has a couple of the artist announcements up there. Nothing on that Omen stage, though. There's nothing on that Omen stage. So, yeah, let me get into the announcements, though. Let's start going through these. First of all, they did the costume party announcement with Frogger. Frogger on the flyer. Are you still here, Frogger? The winner of last year's costume contest, and the year before as well. How comfortable are you in your own skin? No need to sweat it, Ninja. Just wear another one. The Gathering of the Juggalos is your place to shed that normie flesh suit and come full bore as the creature you truly are. In our ongoing celebration of all things wicked, this is an open call to all cosplaying, crafty, fabricating, flaunting, and fabulous ninjas to join in and show us your final forms at the Gatherings costume contest. So let's see if you can blow away your judges with your best wicked fit. We're looking for creativity, ingenuity, and cleverness in execution. It's always a pleasure to see the creativity of the fam on full display. And we're looking forward to seeing you at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Prizes. First place, Gathering of the Juggalos Gold Plaque, Rare Gathering of the Juggalos Amulet, $200 gift certificate. Second place, Rare Got J Amulet, $100 gift certificate. Third place, Rare Amulet, $50 gift certificate. Those wishing to compete should show up at least 15 minutes before the contest begins. No costumes that won previously allowed. Damn, they put the damn stipulation on you, Frogger. That's definitely, that's right at you, Frogger. So no previous entries, Frogger. Looking at you. Because he fucking swept it both times. He did, in Frogger's defense, and I know this for a fact because he showed me, he did do altercations from 2022 to 2023. It isn't completely the same. There are some altercations, but yeah, shouts out to Frogger. Do you got something? Let us know in the chat. You got something else brewing? You got something new brewing for this, Frogs? Old Froggeroonski? All right, let's go to the next announcement. Twisted Insane to ignite the stage at this year's gathering. As the candles burn low and vibrant, speak not, and leave only your offerings of rum and tobacco and bread. The Loa says nothing, but the familiar, the Baron sends. Is this some fucking Twisted Insane lore I don't know about? This must be some Twisted Insane lore I don't know about. Sends on his behalf. What the fuck? But the familiar the Baron sends on his behalf speaks volumes. At a fast pace, don't try to keep up. The Gathering of the Juggalos is proud to present, straight from the sunset land of San Diego, the sickopotamus himself, Twisted Insane. This sick brain savage is everything a Juggalo can admire in an independent powerhouse. From his decidedly dark bent to being celebrated as one of the most accomplished and unfuckwittable in the chopper skill set the world over. Sick James, they're just using all of his nicknames, I guess, right? Sick James himself is making a rare appearance at the Gathering of the Juggalos for a demonstration on exactly how it's done. The juxtaposition of gritty street life against morbid and even supernatural subject matter is something that might hit home for many Juggalos, but none can do it in the brazy, out there expression of West Coast wicked that is Twisted Insane. Tickets on sale at juggalogathering.com. All right, now let's go to that next boy. I got the names. Tom Woods Art Battle. Brian Red gonna win this. I'm definitely rooting for Brian Red. And I got the names. While I read this, I'll put the names up. Let's do that instead, so y'all can peep the names. The Lucky 13. This Lucky 13 will battle for the biggest title in the underground art world. Tom Woods Art Battle has gathered some of the best artisans out there to create their horror masterpieces before your very eyes, only at the Gathering of the Juggalos. That's what that says, but I'm going to read you the other posting here. Calling all artists for Tom Woods Art Battle at the Gap J24. Artists will have 45 minutes in which to create their original horror-themed masterpiece. 20 of the best artists in the scene will be positioned on stage, while onlookers and fans will observe their progress. This is the ultimate platform to demonstrate those warped demented art skills you've been perfecting over a lifetime of practice and sacrifice. Tom Wood, Kara Norris, and Heather Mars will take 10 minutes to judge the finished works and award ribbons and trophies to first, second, and third place artists. The competing artists must bring their own canvas, easels, paints, and brushes. No preliminary sketching on the canvas before the event is allowed. Contestants own their painting and have the right to sell or keep. How to enter: send 3 sample images of your work to tom@meridiandesignworks.com. I guess they're already picked, so there's really no need to send. You can prep for next year, though. Tom Wood will select and notify 20 contestants and 5 alternates before June 30th. This has already gone down. Tickets on sale now at juggalogathering.com. All right, let's go back to the website and we'll do the next one. Let me peep out the chat, see how y'all are doing. How you doing, chat? Oh, Frankie Goldie says big news coming. You doing all right, baby? Yeah, she is hurting over there, folks. All right, Vended. Let's do Vended is next. That's right. So some new metal flavor for the gathering. So this is this band has Corey Taylor's son and Clown's son, both from Slipknot. Griffin Taylor's the singer, and Simon Crahan, I think is how you say Sean's last name. 2 Slipknot kids for this one. Calling all mosh pit monsters. Wait, first of all, Vended to rain destruction at this year's gathering. Calling all mosh pit monsters, slam dance savages, and bone on bone body bashers. This one's for you. The Gathering of the Juggalos is proud to present these new metal legends with punishing percussion, rhythm, and bass that move like a Mustang's gallop, and searing vocals that leave scorch marks in the center of your mind. This is Vended. We're talking a crew that brings the metal like armored knights. Jesus Christ, jump steady, chill. Brings the metal like armored knights clashing on a medieval battlefield with their indomitable stage presence. If you can't mosh to it, you're probably already dead. Vended's pedigree includes the sons of 2 of the founding members of Slipknot, making it this year's wild card band to watch. This performance is gearing up to be talked about for gatherings to come, so come out and witness it for yourself at the Gathering of the Juggalos. I peeped a couple of their songs too, and they are fucking fresh. Dude, spot on. Screams just like Corey Taylor. The Griffin screams just like Corey. So that's definitely something to look out for, is this Vended band. We got more though. We got more. Hold on, I gotta keep it on that page. Okay. The Miss Juglet pageant. Let's see. Don't miss Gotche's prestigious Miss Juglet pageant. Killer Queens, the time has come once again to high step on the necks of those basic bitches and prove why you're the best. Make no mistake. At the Gathering of the Juggalos, we don't objectify. We just flex who's fly. This is the one and only Miss Juglet pageant. This is a celebration of the female side of the Juggalet persuasion as the loveliest, littest, and livest among our unique tribe takes center stage to show off exactly why Let's are simply the best. This contest goes for 3 rounds: personality, talent, and swimsuit. Every last hatchet girl walking this planet is a queen in her own right, but this is your chance to show every last Juggalo who is the wickedest of them all. First place prize is a Gathering of the Juggalos gold plaque, a backstage pass, and rare Gathering of the Juggalos amulet, $300 in cash. Second place is rare Gathering of the Juggalos amulet, $200 gift certificate. And third place, rare Gathering of Juggalos amulet and $100 gift certificate. These gift certificates only good for the merch booth, the ICP merch booth. Which, wait, I know some of y'all were worried, but hold on, we're about to announce it. Those wishing to compete should show up at least 30 minutes before the contest begins and bring their own swimsuit or comparable attire with them. A private dressing area will be provided, as well as any music needed for that talent round. Tickets on sale now at juggalogathering.com. Okay. What reminders? Get out of here, reminders. ICP The Red Show. This was dropped while I was live on Twitch. This sounds really interesting. I'm assuming this is the second night, or the last night. This will be the Saturday night show, because House of Horrors was already announced for ICP, which is, I think, the same set they did on the House of Horrors tour. I think is the gimmick for that one. Let's tell you guys what the Red Show will be, though. Let me check in on the chat. How you doing, chat? Chat? Not yet, Frankie. Frankie, you fucking blowing my wad here again. Frankie Goldie blowing my wad. You know, Frankie likes to blow my... I'm not going to say it 3 times. That really is sus saying it 3 times. My apologies, Frankie. Let's see. ICP The Red Show coming soon to a gathering near you. When you hear the sharp pipes of a calliope winding its way into your brain, it's already too late. The music rises, growing ever more frantic as a gang of red rum clowns take to the stage alongside 2 titans of bloody terror, Violent J and Shaggy Two-Dope, collectively known as the Insane Clown Posse. From putting the worst of the ghetto in your face to dragging you down to the reddish glow of Hell's Pit, it's a name synonymous with horror rap since 1992, and in 2024... They're dropping 3 decades of wicked shit on the Gathering of the Juggalos like a hatchet to the dome. Prepare your eyes and ears for some of the scariest and most influential cuts committed to wax. Played live and in your face as the Fago flies like a bigot's head after a visit from a Joker's card. You want horror? Welcome to the core. OG Wicked Clown style, painted on a red canvas using real blood. And the only way to reach it is at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Tickets on sale now at juggalogathering.com. And I know so many people are worried, but don't worry, the merch bazaar will be there. Thank God. I mean, I've made this joke on several different platforms. I might as well make it on here. I was really starting to get worried that the merch bazaar wasn't going to be there because I was afraid I might leave the Gathering of the Juggalos with a little extra money in my pocket, for Pete's sake. I hit the Pete's sake on him. Shaggy would be proud. Merch is the only reason I go. We're doing this in order, Logan. Come on, chill. Cool your pies, Logan. Pies windowsill. Oh yeah, Nick Bazaar was on Team MUJ this past Saturday. Team MUJ was live with Nick Bazaar in the house. Go check that out. All right. Prep's sake. For prep's sake, yeah. For prep's sake. Bring cash for the merch bazaar. All right. Now, here's Static X. I know Logan was piping hot for Static X. Here's Static X. I'm not going to play the music because why would I do that to myself? Static X to perform at the Gathering of the Juggalos. I like Static X, by the way. I just mean a copyright strike. I actually am super excited for this. Gathering of Juggalos. This isn't what I'm most excited for, though. We'll talk about that in 1 second. Gathering the Juggalos is a place where the inmates are running the asylum, and our team of highly trained and deranged psychopathic staff have cut a prescription for some hard and heavy electroshock therapy, Static X style. Their industrial-fueled pop culture presence has been as unavoidable as a freight train, cutting a path to the heights of the new metal pantheon like a Grim Reaper's scythe through all lesser performers. From framing an iconic scene in the cult classic film Queen of the Damned. Wow, they're pulling that out, huh? To tearing arenas the world over straight to the ground with their bombastic stage show. The Project Regeneration Renegades are now poised to dominate the Gathering stage to accomplish nothing less than rocking Juggalo painted faces. The presence of the what the heck? They're pulling out all these nicknames. The Ostego Undead, hope I said that right, looms as larger than life as it ever has been. So prepare yourself. These masters of noise are locked and loaded to conduct a spinning whirlwind of Juggalo bodies. What happens next has to be seen to be believed when the lights go down and Static X takes over the stage. Get your tickets on sale now. juggalogathering.com. Now, what I'm most excited for the Gathering isn't something that's been officially announced yet even. This right here, Gangsta Nip on the main stage of the gathering. Gangsta Nip announced this himself, so this is one of those Mercules-like situations where they're too excited and they have to make their own flyer. But I'll tell you what, I am the most excited. I am the most excited so far for Gangsta Nip. If you don't know your Gangsta Nip lore, Gangsta Nip is one of the first horrorcore artists, period. Go check out Gangsta Nip horror movie rap. Shit, go check out that whole album, actually. That shit's fucking fire. Yeah, I'm hype. I'm hype as fuck for this. On the main stage, I'm hoping this is a sign that they are really gonna book a lot of, like, horrorcore legends. I'm hoping it's pretty safe to assume we get an Isham set. I'm hoping this means we get, like, we get a Ghetto Boys set or something. Something like that. That would be really crazy, really dope. They might be saving Ghetto Boys for next year, though. It'd be dope to see, who else was I thinking? Oh, yeah. It'd be dope to see, like, Necro and Cage come and do some fucking shit. Some shit like the Gravediggers. Probably not Gravediggers, but the Flatliners. They could probably get the Flatliners. Some, like, initial wave horrorcore shit. Some, like, 90s horrorcore shit would be dope. South Park Psycho. Thank you, Frankie Goldie. That's the Gangsta Nip album you should all go check out. That shit's fire. That's classic. If Hex isn't there, I'ma cry. That's a good question, Ash. By the way, Hex opening for OT, that Mexican OT. In Missouri, I think? I didn't pull that image, but fucking congratulations to Hex. That's a good look. Hex got the opening spot for Prayers recently, too. Nick just said prayers up for you, Ash. You know, Prayers would be fucking fire for the gathering. God, I would fucking mark out so hard if they got Prayers for the gathering. Anyway, that's about all for the gathering announcements. Static X was just announced earlier today. Oh yeah, and JCW will be at the gathering. Duh. Of course JCW will be at the gathering. I think there was an announcement on the JCW page for that. Yeah. And let's see. I think ICP somewhere announced it, but this isn't like in the most of the official announcements. But obviously JCW will be there. At least 2 nights of wrestling, I would assume. That's what they usually do. Oh yeah, and I want to tease this as well. That the Trash Committee is teasing an announcement. Shouts out to the Gathering of the Juggalos Trash Committee, whose mission is keeping the gathering a little bit cleaner with some fresh incentives to people who clean up and bring the garbage bags in and all that shit. Stay tuned to that account, though. Scroll up, motherfucker. J Trash Committee. For more details, I'm sure details will be dropping soon with that. Highly support that dude and what he does. I got to see Cage open for ICP in Seattle for Great Malenko 2017. It was awesome, but hardly anybody knew his shit. Same, illiterate. Not in Seattle, and not that tour, but I saw Cage open for ICP in Worcester at my first ICP show, which was the Fury Fest gimmick, I think. Oh, I always mix up these fests. There was 2 of them. But anyway, I think it was Fury Fest. Ooh, I want to say it was something else. Anyway, there was like hardly any reaction. I was like one of the only people marking out for Cage. That shit would be fucking fire, though. I don't know what Cage is doing. I don't know what Cage is doing right now, though. Yeah, I would love to see Cage at the gathering. That got me so off track. Vanilla Ice posted this strange old ass interview on his official.
Sweetwater helps music makers.
Sweetwater, get out of here. No. Now, this is really weird. I want to know, did any Juggalos, come on, get out of here. Any Juggalos remember TrueJuggalofamily.com? That was a thing.
Larger-than-life living legend, Mr. Born on Halloween himself. His mom named him Rob, but we all know him as Vanilla Ice. Whoop. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? Real good, dude. Thank you. Thank you.
So this is really odd.
Pleasure. Yeah, right on. Okay, first things first, let's cut the shit. Can we see the Ninja Turtle tattoo?
So this is really odd to me because this is only 5 days ago this was posted, but it's clearly from like fucking 12 years ago or some shit. Why the fuck do you think Ice posted this? Is this a sign that we're going to get Vanilla Ice at the gathering this year? I would say V-Ice would be better for next year or some shit. Anyway. Uncle Howdy and crew debuted on WWE. That was dope. Too Cold Scorpio was arrested for stabbing another man in self-defense. Free Too Cold Scorpio. All right, let's... All right, I got so much to talk about. I got to speed through some of this stuff. So I talked about A24's Crystal Lake TV show and how that was canceled recently. So some details came out about A24's canceled version of this Crystal Lake Friday the 13th show. So it was going to feature Charlize Theron as Pamela Voorhees, which I think would have been fucking tight. And there was going to be an episode written by Kevin Williamson featuring an all-frozen Crystal Lake. So finally, some Jason and Winter action. That was going to be a whole hour-long episode. But basically, each season of the show, and I think this would have been so dope. Each season of the show would have been a deconstruction of a original Friday the 13th movie. So part 1 would be the first season. And Charlize Theron was only contracted to be in the first season, so that would make sense. Part 2 would be, or season 2 would be part 2, etc., etc. And they even said if they made it all the way to season 10, they were gonna fucking do Jason X as a deconstruction. That was the original plan. The reason it got shut down is because the showrunner Brian Fuller is being accused of some SA type beats. Very not cool type beats, by the way. And the budget was $85 million, which is about $9.6 million an episode, which is a lot for A24 for sure. So they were trying to cut that down to about half or some shit. So, and I don't see why I don't understand why a Friday the 13th TV show would cost $9.6 million an episode, unless a lot of that money's going to Charlize Theron. I think that's where a lot of that money must have been going. Oh, fuck. I got to remind y'all at the end. I got to show you guys the vinyl I'm giving away for 6K. By the way, we're almost at 6K already. Y'all been going fucking nuts since I've been dropping these new Purely Speculation videos. Y'all been going nuts with the subscribing. Thank you. We are like 66 subscribers away. Right before I got on here, I checked it. 66 subscribers away. Probably less than that now. As soon as I hit 6K, we're giving away 6 vinyl. I talked about it last time. Steve-O's rubbing against them right now. Yeah, I picked out the 6 vinyl, so I'll show you guys which 6 vinyl we're giving away to 6 different people. That's 1 vinyl each, by the way. I'm not giving away, what's 6 times 6? 36? I'm not giving away 36 vinyl. I'm giving away 6 vinyl, 1 each to 1 person. Well, 2 if you guys double win, I'm going to give them away. Details on how to enter that soon. But here's a little hint. You got to be one of the green boys in the chat to enter. That's a little hint on how we're going to be doing that giveaway. So join the Alienated soon, because we're going to be giving these away real soon. And EC Juggalo, I still got to send your shit away. The T-shirt winners, that will get here as soon as the shirts come. That process has started rolling finally after like a week of me waiting for a response. So we're going to finally get those last giveaways out, but these will be a lot easier to send out because I already have some vinyl boxes lying around here. I got EC's fucking address, so EC, I'm going to send that out to you soon. I'm trying to package that up tonight. Let's see. Marge in Egypt. That's like old news, so I'm not going to talk about that. Brandy returns to horror. Remember Brandy? Remember she was in some horror movie shit? Remember that? Brandy returns to horror in the front room from A24 coming soon. David Draymond from Disturbed signs a bomb. Fuck you, Hamas. Well, his visit to Israel, getting a lot of heat for that. The Secret Service was robbed at gunpoint while Biden was in LA recently, which is wild. I have a little image I have to show you guys. I think there was something else I had to get to before I show you this. Let's see. Oh my god, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Oh, someone just... So my Twitch is, my Twitch bot is still active. Someone just subscribed to my Twitch channel. Thank you, whoever that was. Thank you. That was dope. That was my Twitch sound effects going off. So, let's do this UFO beat before I show you JT's mugshot. I don't really got much to say about JT's mugshot. So, yeah, JT got arrested for DUI. Justin Timberlake, for those who don't call him just JT like me around the house. So what I'm showing you here is a series of images that allegedly depict a UFO shoot down. This is from a, what's the name of the podcast? The podcast called, the fuck's the name of this podcast? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Vetted, the Vetted podcast. This is director Ron James, who did a UFO documentary called Accidental Truth, and is the PR dude, the PR head behind MUFON, which is the Mutual UFO Network, kind of like the official UFO reporting gimmick, whatever. Anyway, he showed these images on this podcast, which allegedly depict a UFO shoot down. This first one is the UFO getting shot, allegedly, or after it got shot. This is allegedly a picture of a mothership, and this is allegedly a picture of an actual shoot down with some military around it. Now, this immediately got called out as a hoax, because it was pointed out that some of these military figures that you see here are basically in this photo. So, yeah. Thank you for the Twitch. Whoever did that, thank you for the Twitch. Looks hoaxy as fuck, right? Especially when you consider that this might be a diorama of some kind. So once again, if you look at it with that in mind, that shit's probably a hoax. So really kind of taking the wind out of dude's sails, because I think he had like a good day of like, oh, look at this cool fucking picture, which immediately when I saw it, I was like, damn, that looks like some shit. But then I saw the comparison, and it don't look like some shit. So Ron James has to be panicking because he's trying to sell a whole MUFON live stream on July 13th with 4 new cases, this being one of them. And that immediately makes his other cases look like, I mean, what do you got going on here? The other cases being let's see, some parts from Russia that allegedly appeared on a guy's table out of nowhere, just magically appeared on his table, some random parts that they apparently have tested and are 90% unrecognizable. Another's a lady with some pellets appearing to be maybe some sort of eggs of some kind. And the fourth is connected to Roswell in some case. John Greenwald really is the one that kind of did the research on the hoax gimmick, which shouts out to John Greenwald, who does legit good work in that space. Julian Assange is getting released, is a free man, reached a plea deal and is going to get released. That Julian Assange interview is going to be some shit, boy, let me tell you. Protesters, there's some protesters, Just Stop Oil protesters sprayed Stonehenge with some sort of orange spray, and also got Taylor Swift's jet. Let's see. Jack Doherty is an idiot. I don't even want to read that Jack Doherty quote. It's a dumb quote. We'll just say that. All right, let's show JT's mugshot. I think that's next. Yeah, there's JT's mugshot. Does it look like JT been crying to y'all? That's my question. It look like JT been crying to y'all? Kind of look like he been crying a little bit, right? I think JT been crying a little bit. Fuck, I'm realizing there's so much stuff I skipped in the notes already. I didn't even talk about my, oh, let's do this real quick. That'll be a good way to get into it. I'm going to show you guys the vinyl. Let's do that. I'm going to show you guys the vinyl that I'm going to give away. 6 different vinyl to 6 different winners. So, Crying About the World Tour, yeah. So, we talked about some of these on here. One of them I'm giving away is Dog Beats on vinyl. This one is open, by the way. In really good shape, though. Dog Beats on vinyl. Giving away Carnival of Carnage on vinyl. This is one of those new boys, the Waxworks boys. Also open. Also in really good shape, though. Giving away City Morgue Volume 2, As Good as Dead on vinyl. Sealed. This shit is sealed. This is open. This is Little Peep. Come Over When You're Sober. Is it 1 and 2? This might be 1 and 2. Hold on a second. This might be Come Over When You're Sober 1 and 2. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Huh, look at that. I didn't even realize it was 1 and 2 in this. So this is Come Over When You're Sober Part 1. Wait. Part 1 and Part 2. Or do I have that backwards? No, this is Part 1, right? On the back. That's Part 1. That's Part 2. Anyway. I got 2 more to show you. Get down, Mimi. On the vinyl, you bad girl. I got 2 more to show you. Enter the Wu-Tang, a classic by the Wu-Tang Clan. Probably a lot of y'all got this, but I'm giving it away anyway. Fuck it. And this last one, some of y'all might not even want this. This might, for a lot of y'all out there, this one's gonna be the rotten egg in the bunch. We'll just say. We'll say this is the rotten egg in the bunch. But hey, some of you might want this. It is sealed. I think it's relatively sought after by some people in the wicked underground. And this will be a good way for me to talk about my trolling antics a little bit. Alazul Alu's the Almighty. Yeah, some unlucky winner will get Alazul Alu the Almighty sealed. So if you're a Zooligan who wears poopy poop masks, you might want that. Now let's talk about me being a little troll and saying on Twitter while I was bored at work that I'm at Camp Zool in a bootleg Leatherface mask. Let's talk about that real quick and how ridiculous it is. I mean, to me, it's really obvious that I'm trolling, that I'm lying. Because I do shit like that all the time on Twitter. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I do shit like this all the fucking time. It got picked up by Zooligans, though, apparently. And they really thought that I was at Camp Zool. I think Loki, for maybe a day, maybe 2 days, thought that I was at Camp Zool. I wasn't at Camp Zool. I was trolling. But I figured I might as well keep the troll going through Saturday and Sunday. So I kept it going. And, I mean, people were believing it all the way into Sunday somehow. On Sunday, I said, still no one's recognized me. I'm going maskless. The funny thing is, though, is that on Juggalo Reddit, someone did kind of go undercover to Camp Zool and posted about it. And it doesn't seem like Camp Zool was a very fun time because it's very hot. The complaints were it was very hot. There's not a lot to do. Like each day, there's not anything on the schedule till like 3 p.m. So there's really not a lot to do other than just be hot as fuck. They have the performances going on inside a building, that one little building, and it's hot as fuck in there. So as soon as stuff's done, people are going outside. And I thought that was strange because one of the oddest things to me, because I went to Camp Zool 1. I used to be a fan of Zool. We can get into my history with Zool a little bit, but I used to be a fan of Zool. I really liked The Almighty. That was one of my fucking favorite horrorcore albums for a little bit. But what ended up happening with Zool is after Gathering 21, do you guys remember Gathering 21 when Jay said he had the heart condition? Billy Obey, for some reason, did this post. And I think it was like, it was on the surface to appear very, like, oh, I feel so bad for Jay and his heart condition. But to me, and I'm not the only one, it struck me as very odd that in the post, he felt the need to say that the carnival magic is with them now, And it felt very sort of shitty in like in that moment. Like, I don't know, like you're taking something away or trying to take something away. I don't know. It struck me as very odd. Didn't like that vibe. Heard a couple of things behind the scenes. Saw a couple of things when I went to Camp Zool. Heard a couple more things about some of the artists that they have signed. And yeah, long story short, I'm not a fan of low-level energy shit like that. I'm just not a fan of that shit. So that's the story behind that. If people want to know the story behind why I don't like Camp Zool or why I don't like Alazoolu and Long Live Evil, that's why. They've signed a couple of they've signed a couple of bad people who have done bad things to their significant others. We'll say it like that. That's a nice PC way of saying it. Allegedly. Sprinkle some allegedlys too. And I ain't down with that. I just ain't down with that. But yeah, it's super funny to me that people thought I went to Camp Zool. Because I mean, I guess it isn't that out of the question because I did go to Camp Zool 1. And what's funny about Camp Zool 1, and this is a very long way of getting to why I think it's weird that they were insistent on keeping people inside this time. Camp Zool 1 had an outside stage. And it was cold as fuck because for some reason they did it in November. Camp Zool 1. They had motherfuckers trying to camp in Ohio in November. It snowed the first night. There was snow on tents. It made no fucking sense. And then they had people performing outside where it was cold as fuck, and they had like fire barrels going with people crowded around the fire barrels, like homeless people, to keep warm. And the fucking inside there's nothing going on inside. So why can't we have these guys perform in there? Why can't we have Donnie Menace perform in there when there's no one on stage and we can be a little bit more warm? It seems like they did the fucking inverse of that, where they could have had an outdoor stage for the earlier part of the day where it's hot as fuck and people can at least like breathe a little bit instead of going into the stuffy no AC fucking place. Anyway, I don't know. Seems odd. But anyway, that was a long way to tell my Zool trolling story. Let's get back onto real Juggalo shit, though. This is such real Juggalo shit. So, Corey Feldman, we talked about this. This is real Juggalo shit. Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman has a new song called The Joke out. And he teased that Fred Durst directed the music video for it. Here's some more info about that and some behind-the-scenes looks at Corey Feldman's new single, The Joke, which is out now. I am so looking forward to seeing what Fred put together with this. Loserville tour going on now, by the way, with Corey Feldman, Limp Bizkit, Bones, Riff Raff, Juggalo favorite Riff Raff. Yeah, man, I was really hoping. I still have a little tiny bit of hope. I was really hoping that we get that Loserville tour package somehow to come to the gathering. I'm still hoping a little bit. There is some Barbie vibes with that. There definitely is some Barbie vibes with that. Okay. Def Plus has a new song called Cash Out with Curb Lagoop. Gloom Unit has 2 new songs on Bandcamp. I think they're on streaming. Oh, let's talk about Double XL before I get into some Juggalo music shit. I'm already in Juggalo music, and I need to talk about mainstream music a little bit. So I asked on Twitter, this is the Double XL Freshman class of 2024. I asked on Twitter, though, how many of these names do you recognize? Sorry, Chad, I got you turned off for this screen. My bad. How many of these names do you recognize? Now, don't pay any attention to the names in the corner there. Ski Mask, Ruby Rose, Sexy Red, and Mustard. Don't pay attention to those names. Those aren't freshmen. Pay attention to the ones that are below Not Like Us. Lay Banks, Maya the Dawn, Big X the Plug, Huncho? Skilla Baby, Cash Cobain, That Mexican OT, Rich Amari, Bossman Delo, Four Bats, and Scarlip. Now, out of these names, I have only heard of 3. That being That Mexican OT, Four Bats, and Cash Cobain. Kosuke had heard of a shitload of them. I know some of y'all out there had said like mad motherfuckers you had heard of. I think Acetone flexed on me that he had heard of all of them. But yeah, every year I'm kind of mind blown at how out of fucking touch and old heady I am with the fucking freshman class. Because it used to be I knew all of them. There's one year where I was like fucking like, I definitely knew all of them. But now I'm like so out of touch, it's pathetic. That Mexican OT is dope though. Four Bats is dope. I don't know if I've heard Cash Cobain. I think Cash Cobain's one I've just heard of. People were saying Skilla Baby's dope though. That's one I got to check out. Richa Murray is dope. I think Skilla Baby's some Detroit shit too. I think a couple of these are some Detroit shit. So yeah, I'm going to check out some of these names. Perhaps report back. Perhaps not. Who knows? Ski Mask the Slump God does not believe in the conspiracy theory that Drake killed X. Just figured I'd throw that out there. Just put that into the record real quick. Androponics got a new album of Juggalo dubstep type beats. Literally. Called The Lost Transmissions. Androponics is the homie. Have a couple of collaborations with Androponics out/in the works. Yeah, go give Androponics some love with his new dubs, especially if you like some dubstep, EDM type shit. That's Juggalo dubstep right there. Odious got a new song called Pimple that is really trippy and fucking litty. I really like this song a lot. Odious at GCW there. Jug Talk 2, the album. Mikey Sears' full album came out. I have not gotten a chance to listen to all of this. I've listened to a shitload of the singles. He's dropped a lot of these songs already as singles, but I need to sit down and listen to it in full. I'm on the song called Sensory Deprivation on there with Resin 47. Shouts out to Resin 47, Mikey Sears, Samantha. Mikey just back from his trip to his love trip, I guess you could say, with Samantha. Shouts out to Mikey and Sam though. That made me happy as fuck to see them connecting, if you will. Here we go. Here's the Gloom Unit stuff. There's these two songs that Gloom Unit dropped exclusively on Bandcamp. Machete, this is an Acetone song, is on Streaming Gimmicks. I don't think the Gloom Unit song Money Making is on Streaming Gimmicks. Frankie, if you're still here, is this one on Streaming Gimmicks yet? I don't think this one is yet. But they are on Gloom Unit Bandcamp, so go support Gloom Unit. Gloom Unit TV every Friday on Twitch. Sorry I've been missing him, Frankie. Frankie was busting my balls. It's not on stream. See, Nick knows. Nick's the Gloom Unit manager. Nick knows. So yeah, I'll try to stop in the Gloom Unit TV. I'm sorry, Frankie. This is really interesting. If you're looking for some of those lo-fi to fucking study to vibes or whatever, this is like, I don't know how lo-fi it is. This is like Korn Lullaby album. It's only available on PS1 discs. Yo, back in the day, Cheese, when I was on horrorcore.com and shit, when I was burning like my first albums to like sell, when I was a pug back in the day, Cheese, I had these fucking sweet CDRs I got from Walmart, right? And they were like, it was a 50 pack. And I think it was, no, you know what? There was a 50 pack, and then I found these all black boys. I think they were Memorex. They look spot on like motherfucking PS fucking 1 discs on the bottom. But they were regular ass CDRs you could burn like CDs on. So I was like, shit, yeah, I'm putting my fucking album out on these black CDs. So yeah, shouts out to those fucking discs, man. I could never find those again. I found that 150 pack and that was it. Could not find them again. And you best believe I went looking for them. Could not find them again. Twitch subscriber here. Good work on the wicked shit news, humble among. Exclusive JVid would have been dubbed and traded on VHS back when. Hey, thank you, dude. That's dope as fuck. Talking about, hey, that's an honor to me. That's an honor to me. Murdered Out Memorex, facts, Cheese. That shit looks so tight, dude. Oh my God. I miss those CDs. I still wish I could find them. No, they aren't. Mari, you best believe I still am trying to look for those. If someone finds the all black Memorex from back in the day, let me know. There was another one I found that I was misremembering that was multicolor that I think had 10 black, 10 red, 10 blue, 10 yellow? 10 black, 10 red, 10 blue, 10, I think 10 green? Yeah, I think that must have been the colorways. Those were dope too, but God, the fucking Murdered Out Memorex. Murdered Out Memorex is going to be a new Darby O'Trill song soon. I had the Amuse Bouche track list, but Amuse Bouche is already out. You already know the track list. Isham's new album, Amuse Bouche, is out now. I guess it's more of an EP, kind of a food-themed EP. I wonder if it was inspired by The Menu at all. It feels like it's got a bit of a The Menu vibe. The track Back to Detroit, though, let me just say, if you like old school Isham shit, that is some oh my god, that's a throwback right there. Back to Detroit, by far my favorite song on that album. Amuse Bouche, really good though. Let's see. Shaggy the Airhead had a new Mega 5 drop, I think is gone already. Did you call me a beta wake up? What the hell? What the hell's wrong with you? Now I'm gonna block you. Call me a beta. Yeah, I'm gonna block you now. The fuck, wake up. Thought you were the homie. I'm insulted by that. Dark Planet coming out July 28th. Do I have that right? Oh, it was number 6 on the iTunes chart. It went from 7 to 6. Do I have that right? Fuck. I gotta go through the past notes now. July 19th. God damn, I was way off. July 19th, Dark Planet comes out. Number 6 on the iTunes chart. Might have gone up even further at this point. This Chapter 17 sunglasses shit finally came out. That's what I'm most excited for. These motherfucking sunglasses. I'm gonna snitch on myself here. I got one pack, because I used this as an excuse to order Dark Planet. I got those 3 versions of Dark Planet, right? And I got all 5 of these fucking sunglasses. And I'm snitching on myself. Right now. And earlier today I panicked because I realized I was going to have to wait till July 19th to get these sunglasses because I pre-ordered them with Dark Planet. So I'm not getting that shit until July 19th probably, because it's, you pre-order something with something else, all of that comes with the pre-order. That's just the way it works. So I panicked and I bought another set because Emily already told me she wants the pink ones. I'm not allowed to use the pink ones, or I guess I was allowed to use them. I decided, fuck it, I'm buying another set. Emily gets a set, I get a set. We both get all the C17 sunglasses. So I hope they fit my big head, because I'm really... we're gonna have some giveaways of some sunglasses if they don't fit my big ass head. But yeah, some leftover Revelations merch as well up there. I think the Ouija shirt's already gone, the stretched out Ouija face, which, by the way, the Darby one disturbs me. I don't like that Darby one. That one freaks me out. I don't like that one. Welcome home, Taff Taff. Welcome home, Whoop and Taffy. I hope you had a good time in the woods. She didn't stay the fuck up out the woods. We showed you a little bit of JCW Lunacy from Saturday night in Detroit. Seemed like that went off pretty well. Darby performing in the wrestling ring. I got to see some clips of that shit. Yeah, man, that looked like a really fucking fun event. I think Will said that was his first wrestling event, which Will, I don't know if you remember, we were standing kind of adjacent to Bloody Mania. We were kind of at a wrestling event. Last Gathering. Kind of, sort of. I don't know if it's really your first one, dude. I don't know. Wait, there are 2 different types of sunglasses I ordered 2 weeks ago. There are 5 different... Hold on, I'll go back for you. There are 5 different sunglasses, homie. Look at this shit. Oh, they got funny names, too. Hold on, you're going to get me to do it. Go read the funny names. I gotta go read the funny names now. The black one is the Blackout Bobs. Let's see. The red with the black shades, the black lens, is the Red Rum Randys. The all red murdered out one is the Murda Vision Red. The pink boys are the Flamingo Coochie Pink. And what's that other one? Oh, on page 2. Hold on one second. The Tortoise Shell Timmies are the Tortoise Shell boys up there in the top there. Anyway, Let's continue down the notes. I have to speed the fuck up. Psychosocial video out now, 100K. They're going to be dropping another song for Dark Planet. Slumped Up Ho's got a new EP. This Is Not Cheesegate 13 out now. Wraithy, oh, I'm reading last week's notes. Jesus Christ. Guys, I forgot I went to last week's notes. All right, now I'm caught up. Yeah, this Friday in Hagerstown, Maryland, doing some sort of gimmick with old Ellsworth here. All right, let's get into... should I do Drink Champs first? We'll do Drink Champs first, and then I'll do the Conrad shit. We'll do Drink... how's this sound, chat? We'll do Drink Champs, then we'll do Conrad, then I'll do the 2 Shaggy Shows, then I'll jump off here so Shaggy Show can go off without a hitch. Because God forbid, I don't want to stream into the Shaggy Show time. God forbid I do that. Okay. So I gotta find my notes. Where's my fucking notes? Jesus Christ. Okay, ICP on Drink Champs. Here we go. Which I did a whole video about the orangutan of it all. So go check that out. But ICP on Drink Champs. We're going to get to it. We're going to get into all of it. And like I said in that video is about a 10-minute chunk that is not in the actual YouTube version for some reason. It's only in the audio version. So go check that out. It's pretty dope. Y'all got that video over 10K views already. So thank you for watching my shit. Nori opens with talking about wanting to give flowers with their platform with Drink Champs. Says before Master P was doing independent, there was the Insane Clown Posse. Says you never hear them doing anything crazy. Let's see. Nori was on vacation and flew in for this. Jay asked very gently if that's true. Very gingerly if that's true. Nori asked the room, and the clowns I think specifically, vodka or Japanese whiskey. Jay says he just got back from Japan, so Japanese whiskey it is. Then Jay really puts over the Toto, the Japanese toilet, the Toto. Shouts out to the other Toto. Let's see. Nori says that one of the things that separates ICP from the other artists is the loyalty of their fans. Nori says that he's a Juggalo. He says it a couple of times in here. Let's see. Shaggy says he has to get tatted now. Nori asks how Juggalos came about. They talk about how they just did it for fun. Jay says, let's go before that, though. And they go back in time a little bit. They're a little bit rushed and all over the place in this interview. And it only gets more chaotic as they drink more. Jay brings up Shaggy's brother John, and Nori says he thought they were all brothers. Talking about Manifest Destiny a little bit. You can't wish for something, you gotta fucking know. That's a direct quote from Jay. They talk about starting with backyard wrestling, how they made hip-hop and took that wrestling shit, Jay starts to say. I wish he would have kept that train of thought, because I think he was gonna really talk his shit there. I wish that train of thought got finished. Jay brings up the secret and laws of attraction and power of positive thinking. How he wrestled as Corporal Daryl Daniels with a mullet and questions who has a mullet in the army. Old school wrestlers liking to talk naked while in the locker room. How Jerry the King Lawler's junk was in Shaggy 2 Dope's face in WWF. Jay asked for Japanese whiskey. And then that's the first cut. There's some strange cuts, not only in the video version, but in the audio version. There's the first cut. Let's see. They talk about Detroit a little bit. Jay talks about how Detroit is segregated. Nori asks if Shaggy is drinking. Shaggy says he is not drinking. Jay continues to talk about how they only care about downtown Detroit. They only care about the white people. Jay wants to talk about white people. Fuck white people. He calls white people the devil several times. Says that white people think they own it all. Says he's been studying WW2, which, uh-oh. Shaggy says that's how you can tell he's an old head. This derailed him, and Shaggy brings it back to fuck white people again. Jay talks about his brother Jumpsteady having him read the Malcolm X biography, and Jay brings up Yaqub, which is very unexpected. I was not expecting to hear. He doesn't say it by name, but he's definitely talking about Yaqub. Fucking, I was surprised to hear that. All right, I'm gonna find this clip real quick because I want to get this clip. It says part of the reason they paint their faces is they don't want to be identified as white. They want to be identified as clown, which I have to find. My dumbass did not put the motherfucking link in my notes, so I have to fucking find it real quick. 1 second.
Attention talcum powder.
No talcum powder. Fucking talcum powder commercial. Holy shit. Oh no, it's an alternative for talcum powder, I guess. Cool beans. All right, we gotta go to 1655 for that clip.
The reason we fucking paint our faces because we wouldn't want to be identified as white. We'd rather be identified as a clown. Seriously, man. Seriously, hip hop. You know, when we came out, you had Vanilla Ice. That was it. Yeah, third base. But no, you
Vanilla Ice gave us a fake base was dope when they came out.
Yeah, third base was dope. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they talk about white rappers a little bit. They continue with talking about the Beastie Boys. I think one of them, I think it's DJ EFN, asked why they dissed the Beastie Boys, why they said fuck the Beastie Boys. Jay, they kind of deflect that question, and Jay asks if they know that they were on Def Jam. Jay talks about getting screamed on by Leor Cohen, and Nori says he was screamed on him by Leor every day. No, he screamed on Leor by every... He was screamed at by Leor every Saturday, he said. That's a fucking funny line, by the way. They talk about the Island Def Jam merge, how they were walking into Def Jam one time, and the cubicle dwellers were saying, what is this, Halloween up in this bitch? Halloween up in this bitch. Shaggy seems to be very offended by that Halloween up in this bitch comment. Let's see. That was when they went into Def Jam, by the way. Jay asked if they know that they were on Jive. And then getting told when they got signed to Jive that they weren't Jive, they were Battery Records. And they realized that Battery Records is where they were hiding Cotton Eye Joe. You guys remember Cotton Eye Joe? They go back in time again about how they got signed to Jive in the first place. Hustling, flyering, and promoting. Story about being told to take all the flyers down from a parking lot. Jay had just finished a whole parking lot and he got punched in the nose, talking about his nose being crooked. Jay asked if they ever heard of Esham, which they should have Esham on for this show.
His bro. Oh, that must still to this day. Look at his crooked. Not really.
Yeah,
you got a nice every day I look in the mirror, I'm like, I must be going this way. But knock me the fuck out. I don't know why. But anyway, fuck that story.
How you got the deal with John?
That's all we did, right? That's all we did. The hustle was immaculate. And pressing up. You ever heard Esham? Esham the Unholy?
Yeah.
Detroit legend?
Yeah.
This motherfucker rapped about... He's like... This motherfucker rapped about the devil.
We're only 20 minutes in. I think Nori might be already drunk.
Right?
I like the devil.
Seriously.
Like on some hardcore shit.
Terrifying. This motherfucker rapped about the devil, right? And, man, I used to bump
Didn't he have like a crazy like logo for his...
Yeah, the real life, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker... I used to bump his shit and the fucking sky turned red. Okay? He was a Detroit fucking legend, fucking pressing up his own cassettes and fucking making a Fox school, making himself fucking a millionaire, right? With this horror shit. Had all the kids in the suburbs like, oh my God, had everybody in the city like, he can't really be. He's a devil worshipper. Everybody in the suburbs was like, yes. The white devils. They connected with the inner devil. Right. Fucking white bitches. So anyway, me too though. I was like, I'm gonna be me. So anyway.
I like the part where he says me too though. Good stuff. But yeah, they do get progressively more drunk as it goes on. And you can see by Jay's energy, I think Jay was feeling like they had to rush to get their story in, because Shaggy's the same way in this fucker too. They're trying to rush to get the entire history of ICP into this 2.5 hour interview, And they don't even really get halfway through their career. They barely get into much of the gang stuff or the march. They really spend a lot of the time just on the first Joker's cards deck. They don't even really talk about the sixth or any of that stuff. Anyway, let me speed this up a little bit. They talk about Kid Rock and Detroit gimmickry. They question Kid Rock wasn't always country back then. And they explain that, no, he was rap. There's more cuts going on here. At that point, now it becomes a little bit obvious some of the stuff that I think, purely speculation type beat, what they were cutting out a couple of the times here. Jay says Kid Rock is a bigot and talks about him saying don't trust anyone black in this business with his black girlfriend sitting there. They're just trying, they're like, wait, hold on. You can tell they want to like bring him back and like, let's spend a little time talking about that, but Jay just keeps going. They take more shots. Shaggy's having water shots when they're taking shots, by the way. Getting Esham and Kid Rock as featured artists on Carnival of Carnage for $500. Esham for $600, by the way. Someone reminded me, 13th Juggalo reminded me in the chat on Twitch, that Esham demanded another $100 more than Kid Rock to do the feature. Now they're smoking weed in the interview too. Shaggy does not smoke weed, obviously, as well, but everyone else is smoking the blunt. Nori asks about the $500 again, but he never gets to why he's blown away by the $500. I want to know why Nori was curious about the $500, like he felt like he overpaid, underpaid, whatever. Inner City Posse gets brought up very briefly, selling mad records on their own, and that's how they got Jive's attention and Jeff Finster. Nori says that whenever someone talks independence, they always say, look at ICP. So how did this happen? So basically, the same question Nori kind of already asked before. He literally kind of rephrased the same question as the initial question. Jeff Finster went to see them at Hallowicked. They signed them for $60,000, and they didn't do shit, just put out Riddlebox in the Midwest. Shaggy says, not even the Midwest, just Michigan. They talk about wrapping 3 vans and throwing darts at the map to sort of do guerrilla marketing on their own. They took their money from their record deal and they reinvested it in Psychopathic Records, and they blew up Dallas as a clown town. Yeah, they went and they did it on their own. They proved to the record company you can do this around the country if you do it the right way. But they realized at that point that they were sort of trapped and that they only really wanted to just skim off the top. Another slice of the cheese, if you will. Now, there's at 28:45, Jay talks about using that word. And that's what I think they were cutting out, rather graciously. Need y'all's opinions on this.
Fucking 3 vans, right? Darts. We bam. We packed them full of fucking samplers, right? We used to fucking, okay, here's what we did. We were like, we're gonna prove to these bitch-ass motherfuckers. I'm so used to using that old word when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? The F word, but no, of course not. I don't feel that way. It was never meant about somebody gay. It was just meant as an idiot. I can't say it in my house, so it's slowly like
I love gay people like I love myself, bro. Anyway, man.
Yo, so we took darts and
so that's what I think that they were cutting out there. Purely speculation, of course. Let's see. Going to Dallas. This is a great part. They talk about that chicken hunting video. I just want to play you this real quick. Jay reacting to the music video for chicken hunting, saying, man, fuck that video.
Put displays up until they fucking ordered that shit in stores. We fucking ate it up. Next thing you know, we're a gorilla.
So how quickly did that work? How long did it take to work in each market that you went to?
They only took us 2 months. And yeah, because then we had the distribution through Jive, so stores were able to order it in Detroit. You know? We knew what the fuck we were doing. You know what I'm saying? We just launched on like, fuck y'all. Ate it up. And these motherfuckers, check it out. So Jive was like, okay, we're doing the record, right? We were like, fuck y'all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They came out with this. We had this song called Chicken Hunting. All right, and then they were like, okay, we're gonna shoot you a video for it. This fucking video they shot. Man, fuck that video. It was for real. It was like a VHS. See, that's how shitty it was. Keep going. That's how shitty it was. So much.
I'm sorry, I just had to show you that. That's one of my favorite parts of the whole. Oh, I didn't even show you. My bad, y'all. I didn't even show you that shit. Hold up. We'll actually show you.
this song called Chicken Hunting. All right, and then they were like, okay, we're gonna shoot you a video for it. This fucking video they shot.
Man, fuck that video.
It was
for real. Fuck that video. Let's
VHS. That's how shitty it was.
Keep going. That's how shitty it was.
That's one of my. I just love. Man, fuck that video for real. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, folks. I'll just keep this up so I don't forget next time when we got some more clips. Let's see. Jay talks about Walt Disney calling them, and the room definitely thinks he means the person, not the company. Buying their contract from Jive, putting Slash and Alice Cooper on the Great Malenko, and making them change the lyrics. I don't think they even say the dude from Sex Pistols' name. And only changing some of the lyrics, blah, 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 blah. This is one of Jay's many ape references. Begins here. There's a lot of odd ape references that are going on in this interview. Getting pulled out of the in-store and told that their record was pulled too the first day of release. How they were going to go down to Virginia Beach, maybe Myrtle Beach. Nori questions Myrtle Beach and gets them all fucking confabulated. The media gets wind of the record getting pulled and how they had to go back to Detroit. Shaggy says that the alternative press picked it up, but he means the Associated Press, and that causes a lot of comical who's on first style confusion. The Southern Baptists protesting how Disney got shook and pulled the record, how there was a bidding war. They talk about Interscope wanting to sign them, Jimmy Iovine, and kids wrestling on his desk. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Jay says he always wondered what would have happened if they had signed to Interscope. And I was talking about this on Twitch. I wonder what the fuck would happen too, because this is before Jimmy knew about an Eminem. If it was Great Malenko period, that's definitely before the Jimmy Iovine knew about an Eminem. And Jimmy Iovine had 9 Inch Nails, Manson, Death Row Records. You know, a lot of the edgy musical entertainment that was coming out in the 90s was through Interscope. It would have been a really good fit for the Insane Clown Posse. I wonder what would have happened. Would Eminem even gotten signed? Would Dre somehow have gotten fucking interested in them for Aftermath? Because fucking Aftermath was almost certainly brewing, if not already a thing at that point. Would have been very interesting to see what happened if they got signed to Interscope. They only wanted to give them like $500,000 at Interscope, though. So they went for more money at Island Records. And they took their music video money and made the movie Big Money Hustlers. Jay asked Nori if blaxploitation is the right term. There's an applause break after that. Let's see. Nori says they want to use this platform to give artists their flowers while they're still here, and they give them their plaques. Says that they are hip-hop. He doesn't like it when people say that they are nice for being white. They're nice MCs for being white, because people do that with him because he's Puerto Rican. So he doesn't like it when people say he's nice for fill in the blank. Jay says don't fuck around and make this the best experience of his life. Talks about carving out their own lane in this shit. Nori says again he's a juggalo. Jay shakes his hand and says don't make him cry. How many artists have been on their show that says ICP is their blueprint? DJ EFN says that he's been to multiple gatherings because he manages Mayday, actually. Says he went to 2 gatherings. Mayday was on the big stage when Ric Flair was the host, he says. Nori says that he's going to go and take ecstasy again. He's going to go to the gathering and take ecstasy again because he got the pass from his wife. Booking legends that were not gigging that much at the time. I think they mean hip-hop legends here. Really, they always do that. Every fucking gathering, there's hip-hop legends that maybe aren't doing shows like that. Maybe need a paycheck like that. I think it's really dope that ICP gives older hip-hop, legacy hip-hop acts a platform like that. It's one of my favorite parts about the gathering, and I try to explain to holier-than-thou hip-hop heads who maybe talk shit about ICP. I try to explain to them, like, you guys don't understand. The gathering's like one of the best old school hip hop festivals you could possibly go to. Like, no shit. Like, anyway, you guys know the deal. I've done this rap so many times. Jay says a musician's career is like a banana. Another ape reference, perhaps. Rock acts can tour as legacy acts, but rap acts cannot do that so much, except for ICP. They do that like a motherfucker. Well, if the farewell tour, up until a point. And stay tuned. Some interesting stuff later on if you guys haven't seen the video that I did already. Jay brings up the FBI, and Nori has no idea about that either. He doesn't do any research for this shit, apparently. Jay says... Jay asks if they can come back if they don't get to finish their story on this episode. Nori says that this is their house and they don't have to feel like they got to rush. So even Nori was kind of picking up on this, like, you guys are trying to rush your story stuff here. But at this point, Nori's fucked up, man. Nori's definitely fucked up in the first hour. Jay tried to get Shaggy to smoke weed at a certain point. You guys want to see that? I'll show you that. Yeah, he hands Jaggy, he hands Jaggy Dudope. He hands Shaggy the joint or the blunt here. Or he tries to, which I don't think that's him trying to get him to relapse or something. Because I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot who, like, literally, you will be in the cycle, like the cipher with me, and if I'm smoking weed and like several other people are in the cipher smoking weed, and you told me at the beginning I don't smoke weed, I'm going to hand you that blunt like, approximately 7 times in the fucking cipher while we're fucking smoking that blunt. I'm going to continuously hand you that blunt. So I think it's just a situation of something like that, but it's still funny.
You don't have to rush any fucking thing y'all doing right now.
We'll be
we
in
got
10
y'all.
hours.
We love y'all. And guess what? You are in your motherfucking... Exactly. You are in your motherfucking...
Joey,
you are in your
I'm trying to get my driver's license back. I can't be fucking around.
Because if I was...
Come on, Joey, you smoke weed sometimes. You guys heard that, right? He's trying to get his driver's license back. Okay. I need to so speed up. We might not be able to cover Shaggy Show stuff. I'm probably only going to be able to do the Conrad stuff. Maybe if I speed the fuck up. Shaggy really puts over the plaque they got and says it's better than any award he's ever gotten. Nori asks about the beef with Eminem. Jay says that there are gods among us. Jay says their whole career has been like a kung fu movie with other artists. They talk about Eminem in Detroit being a rap battle scene guy and how they were the making records scene guys. Jay says they ain't fresh like that. It takes him a week to write a song. Fuck freestyling, he's pay styling. Jay says that the flyer that floats around, the Eminem show flyer, is not the flyer that they saw back in the day when Eminem approached them. that flyer said ICP, Kid Rock, and Esham, not the whole list of artists like the blue flyer that floats around on the internet. Jay says that's not the same flyer they saw. Jay sounds regretful and says that they weren't overly disrespectful when it comes to that incident with Eminem with the flyer. Shaggy says that Eminem definitely took it to heart. Shaggy's brother was a DJ and got an early CD leak of songs from and surrounding the Slim Shady LP from Cheddar Bob, I guess the guy based off of Cheddar Bob, with the song Hell Freezes Over on it. Let's see. And then the line, fuck ICP, buy my CD is in there. They talk about the Juggalo radio show and making Slim anus, and Jay wants them to play it. M goes on the same radio show and they play it right to his face. There's another cut where I think they played them Slim Anus. I'm pretty sure they played them Slim Anus during that cut. Shaggy says that they think it's good. It's all good now because they squashed it with proof and the whole bowling thing. Shaggy does say Eminem was an ICP fan. Let's see. They said when they heard the record My Name Is, they thought that's some wicked shit. Let's see. They talk about Dougie Dale versus Eminem with the unloaded pistol incident. How that was the same night as the Kim kissing some other dude pistol whip incident at Hot Rocks. Proof was on a mission to settle all of Eminem's beefs before he ended up passing away way too soon. Jay getting really wild here at this point in the interview. They talk about the bowling match. One time they were shooting a video at St. Andrew's Music Hall and Eminem was downstairs in the shelter and he asked Paul, Eminem's manager, if he could talk to him. Jay says that he loves Eminem. Or Paul? I'm not quite sure there. Jay says Paul is a legend too, a giant, a god. Really puts over Eminem's manager. Jay asks what they are doing, and Shaggy says they're getting fucked up. Jay starts apologizing to Shaggy at this point for interrupting, and you can tell Jay gets a little bit more quiet at that point, because I think he's a little self-conscious about the interrupting that he's doing to Shaggy, and because he keeps apologizing to him after this. Talk about the Def Jam offices again and the It's Halloween up in this bitch shit. Letting their contract expire and getting out of the Island Def Jam contract, getting the deal with E3, or is it D3? Oh, fuck. They called Def Jam and they didn't even know that they were fucking off the record label, that their contract had expired. Always getting out of these deals relatively easy. The only really downside to ICP getting signed to major record labels is they lost their masters to several of their most popular records and shit. Let's see. COVID was Shaggy's favorite time ever. They talk about getting super paid from streaming from Jay's crib. Shaggy says it's all slides from now on. He's never turning back. Jay says he met God at 7 years old. Shaggy says that there's a whole decade he doesn't remember from drinking. Streaming and doing shows at Jay's house a little bit more. Shaggy says that they were going to do that gimmick before COVID and auction the tickets off. But then COVID kicked off and they had an excuse to do it. A couple of grand a ticket for the Hallowicked stream. Let's see. Talking about the Patreon streams just a little bit. DJ EFN asks about Juggalos and the FBI at this point again. Nori is drunk as fuck, and Jay passes the question to Shaggy. Juggalos being on the FBI list and thinking it was cool at first, the staleness of what started happening, merch pulled from Hot Topic and Spencer's, concerts declared, gang rallies, not being able to do stuff on the West Coast, gang apparel, Juggalo gear being called gang apparel in schools, Juggalos getting denied from the military and losing their kids, suing the FBI multiple times with the help of the ACLU. Shaggy says he almost said NAACP. Jay says NWA got a letter and he wishes that they got a letter. Never heard of anything like that in the history of rock and roll. Police using it as a way to beef up their budgets. Jay is really on one I have here. Another cut, and this one's a pee and a food break. Nori is eating to soak up the booze. He's eating some fried chicken to soak up the booze. They talk about John Kick Jazz and Kid Villain, both dead from heroin. And Jay says he has he had a heroin addiction that almost killed him at this point. I might make a little clip video about that too, because that's honestly one of the more sobering parts of the fucking interview. It's sort of brushed past too in the interview. They kind of move past that and then talk about Woodstock. Shaggy says that was the highest honor of any honor to be at Woodstock. They canceled shows and fucked up their Texas market for a little bit. They were in the documentary and how they shot interviews for the documentary, but they were cut out because they only said nice things about about Woodstock. Shaggy says that you can see how sound travels when you were on stage at Woodstock because of how the crowd was reacting. Jay talks about Gorilla pressing the girl onto the Faygo. There's another monkey reference. DJ EFN explains Faygo to Nori. Nori is so drunk, he's still going to town on that chicken. He's basically nonverbal at this point. For almost the rest of the interview, Nori's damn near nonverbal. He's so fucked up. Then they play Quick Time with Slime, which is sort of a fast this or that type question series where you take shots. Let's see. Two choices. They give you two choices. If you pick one, nobody drinks. If you say both or neither, everybody drinks. Jay has Sarah come in to drink for him, and Shaggy brings in DJ Clay to drink for him. I think Jay, feeling like he's a little too fucked up and a little self-conscious about it at this point, decided to stop drinking. He is drinking mixed drinks, by the way, with the shots. So I think the mixed drinks with the Japanese whiskey and smoking weed on top of all of it really got him fucked up. All right, so Eminem or Benzino? Shaggy says Eminem. Jay mentions Benzino crying on there. Jay asks Shaggy to tell his Benzino story, meaning Jay's Benzino story. So Shaggy tells the story about Jay making fun of Benzino on Instagram. How he wrote the comment, he probably would fuck himself. Nori says, let's squash this, and almost calls Benzino on his phone. Wacko was working with Benzino and hit him up the next morning. Jay gets Shaggy to say why, because they were never mentioned in the source. But yeah, they made up with Benzino. Insane Clown Posse definitely should have been mentioned in the source. Nas or Jay-Z? Shaggy says Nas. Jay says Nas. But then Jay-Z, maybe? Kid Rock or Limp Bizkit? Limp Bizkit. Tell him, Joey. So, Shaggy tells the Dropkick Fred story. Let's see. Shaggy says he's going to name his next kid COVID. Let's see. Shaggy says this is why he doesn't drink anymore. He snuck some people onto the floor. They got on the stage. He said if he gets on the stage, he's going to drop kick him. Then he's like, if he comes over here, I'm going to drop kick him. He came over there, and then he did a wrestling drop kick. Wasn't a real kick, wrestling drop kick. Security grabbed him, beat the shit out of him in a tiny room, took him and told him to leave the property after he told him he was Shaggy 2 Dope from ICP. He had to go and sit the rest of the festival out on the bus. They have apologized multiple times. Jay even reached out to Fred on Instagram. Def Jam or Jive? Neither. Fuck them both. So that's a shot. They have to take a shot, or Sarah and DJ Clay have to take a shot. Scott Hall or Razor Ramon? Good question. Scott Hall, the human being. Tupac or DMX? Shaggy asks, or Shaggy says DMX. Jay says Tupac. DMX was paid and no-showed the Gathering lineups you wouldn't believe. Bobby Brown, Kid and Play, CNC Music Factory. Kendrick or Drake? They say Drake because he rocked a Ringmaster jersey. The No Jumper appearance and Drake saying he was a fan. Royce or Obi? Royce the 5'9". They say they'd love to do a track with Royce the 5'9", but they never met him. Royce is on a Twisted song, though. Let's see. Nori drunk asking about Eminem again. They talk about other artists back in the day in Detroit being so competitive they would throw flyers away. Let's see. Shaggy says our problem is we told everybody to suck our dicks, which is so true, man. They were doing themselves no favors in the music industry. They were very confrontational. Jay talks about asking his son JJ who his favorite rapper is, and him saying it's Eminem. And Jay says he was happy it just wasn't someone whack. Shaggy's 8-year-old son also was listening to Rap God recently. Let's see. Jay wants to meet Eminem so he can tell him his story about his son being a fan. So clearly Jay wants to, like, talk to Eminem and settle this shit. Radio versus podcast. There's another cut at this point. Talk about opening up for Too Short in Detroit, and that's how Jeff Finster of Jive found out about ICP. Too Short told them to check out ICP. DJ EFN asks about the Detroit and the Bay connection, which is a really interesting observation, because definitely modern Detroit music has a Bay sound to it and shit. Awesome Dre gets some love here. Talks about how he was going to be on Carnival of Carnage before Esham, but they lied to Awesome Dre and told him that they lost the reels for the song. Awesome Dre's manager having a briefcase handcuffed to his wrist. Tech 9 or Twista. And you can tell Jay definitely thinks that they asked Twisted for a second. Jay says no comment. They're both the same thing, so both. So they have to take a shot. Busta or Luda? Busta. Cash Money or No Limit? No Limit. Master P played The Gathering. Little Romeo was on stage saying vulgar shit, and then they saw him on Wendy Williams being all proper and shit. Let's see. Jay says, tell LL Cool J they want to play Rock the Bells, which I'm not sure LL Cool J even runs Rock the Bells. They love Fat Joe. That's when they get Fat Joe to be on the phone and shit. They talk about Detroit being a hotbed of gimmicks. Yeah, Nori calls Fat Joe. They talk about gimmicks and a little bit in here too, though. How Pearl Jam is the band with no gimmick. Let's see. Jay says he can't believe Fat Joe knows who they are. Fat Joe's, of course he knows who he is. They came up at the same time. They're legends. Tracy Morgan apparently there too, which is really odd. Tracy Morgan with Ghostface Killah's Eagle gimmick. Let's see. They used to feel like everyone in the music biz was their enemy. Now it's no competition. Loyalty or respect. Now that's the point where the whole Vice documentary, finishing the 3 decks, and Jay wanting to start a school in Indonesia for orangutans part was cut out of the video. That is still in the audio version. I made a whole video about it. Go check that out. Let's see. And then the loyalty and respect part is really interesting because they seemingly have a bit of a disagreement in a small argument. Because Shaggy says respect and Jay says loyalty, disagrees. Shaggy says you get loyalty with respect. But yeah, they have a little bit of a spat there. Jay says he's getting loyalty tatted on his face and that Fred Fury was all about loyalty. Nori is trashed here. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it, though. They wrap it up. It's 2 hours, 21 minutes in the audio version, so almost 10 minutes cut out of that audio version. Fuck, I got to wrap this up quick. I don't know if I got time to talk about Shaggy Shows, so we might have to just skip that. Long story short, these last Shaggy Shows, Shaggy talked about meeting Dan Schneider, the foot pervert from Nickelodeon. He addressed Juggalo podcasts a little bit, says that there are certain ones that he likes to laugh at. Yeah, that's the long story short. Let me do the Conrad shit, and then we're going to wrap this up. See, this is Conrad Thompson's ad-free shows. Shouts out to my secret source on the file for this, the video link for this. Very dope of you for sending that to me, homie. Shouts out to you. I'm not going to say your name because I don't want you to get in any trouble or bullshit like that you leaked it or whatever. Jay says he's been talking to Conrad Thompson for a little bit. He's been stalking Conrad Thompson a little bit to make this happen. Conrad says the great Malenko took over his high school back in the day. He loved the line, "Sabooed your mama through the coffee table" back in the day. Jay says the respect is mutual. Conrad is excited to see him in paint and asks him how long it takes. Jay says about 10 minutes. Mentions that they were going to do a reality show and he was going to wear the paint in the reality show. How fresh would that have been? Compares it to Marilyn Manson putting his makeup before he starts his day. I wonder if Jay just walks around the house with the paint on. I can't imagine he does that. Says that they wouldn't let him in a steakhouse recently with the paint on. And he compares it to a woman with their makeup. Conrad says he loves seeing Jay still doing wrestling stuff and asks about Triple Mania. Jay says, let's see, he talks about going to Mexico back in the day with Vampiro. Says that no one knew who they were back then, but that's changed now. Lots of painted faces in the crowd. Had an unbelievable experience. Didn't know Jeff Jarrett was going to be there. Puts over the Mecha Wolf match at Triple Mania. Conrad asks about the owner Dorian, and Jay says he doesn't think that he ever met Dorian. How Mecha Wolf is the one who set it up. He was originally supposed to be rapping Mecha out to the ring, but they were worried about copyright. Conrad says another date in the future will be coming out with another long-form style interview with Violent J. That's dope. Looking forward to that. Conrad asks about magnets and how they work. Jay says people don't know that magnets can bend gravity, and that's how UFOs get around. It's beyond our understanding. Conrad asks about the CM Punk statement. I made a whole little video about that as well because I thought that was pertinent information. Jay explaining his reasoning behind it, which we already talked about last HABS, and we're actually relatively on the money with that. Yeah, go check out that video if you wanna see more details about that. I pretty much cover all of that in there. Conrad asked Jay what he thinks about AEW. Jay says he wants to touch that canvas one day. So we can say he's been everywhere. ICP's appeared in damn near every wrestling organization. So I think Jay at this point is really just trying to check off, like, we did this one. I think it's like I don't want to say bucket list, but I think it's a wrestling bucket list. He's trying to touch and kiss the canvas. He talks about how he's kissed all of these canvases on this run. If you've watched any of these, he's gone in the ring and kissed the canvas. He wants to do another run with NWA perhaps again. He just wants to touch these places. Falling back in love with wrestling and getting divorced. How he wasn't really watching wrestling when he was married. Conrad says, let's see. Now, Conrad asks him what years he missed. Jay says about the last 4 to 5 years, says he's not following it the way he should be, enjoys watching old shit, how old wrestling relieves the anxiety within him. Conrad asks what's his first memory of watching wrestling. Jay says it's the lead up to WrestleMania 1, Mr. X wrestling a jobber. His stepdad taking him to his first wrestling show at Joe Louis Arena, and 16 people holding up a sign that said Andre has AIDS. Jay talks about the shoot interviews and how people want to look behind the curtain these days, how it's a big part of wrestling. Conrad asks about Shaggy 2 Dope not being at these wrestling events. He says Shaggy is fucked up. And he's staying away because he doesn't want the adrenaline to get to him and him to jump in the ring and do something stupid and hurt himself. Conrad asks about WWE and Vince McMahon. Jay questions how Triple H and company didn't know anything about Vince McMahon. And that's a good fucking question. How could they know nothing about all that wild shit that's going on and they know nothing? I mean, I'm kind of with Jay on that. I don't know. I don't really believe they knew nothing. Says Vince used to be one of his idols, one of his top 5 favorite people. He doesn't say idol. He says top 5 favorite people. Says he was watching some stuff on YouTube questioning the allegations. Says he's glad he's alive and to see WWE without Vince McMahon, and he hopes he gets to see where it goes. Conrad asks about their experiences with Vince. Says their mouths went dry like meeting your favorite rock star. Vince knew about the Grim Tim contest from their website. Talks about their fans. Let's see. What the fuck? I don't even know what that means. Talks about kicking it with Pam Anderson. Conrad says he loves his enthusiasm for wrestling and he thinks that's why they get along so well. Then they open it up for some fan question. The first guy asks what his favorite match is. It's an Andre the Giant match. I forget. Fuck, I didn't write down who the hell it was versus. Damn, that did not save in the file. I didn't write that shit down. It's Andre versus somebody is his favorite match. What does he like to throw on the grill? New York strip steak with mad blue cheese crumbles melted on top. Second guy asks about people talking shit and how to deal with it. Jay says it's the art of not giving a fuck and puts that over a little bit. Second guy asks about ECW and GCW locker rooms and if they are comparable, if it's the same vibe. And he says he wants to see Jay wrestle the GCW champ Mance Warner. Jay says hell no to that match. And he says there's really no comparison to the ECW locker room. Jay puts over MLW and says that they're more organized than GCW. The third guy asking questions wants to thank him for the music. Says he heard them first in '95 on the Box with Chicken Hunt and Slaughterhouse remix. Jay thanks him and says where would they be without him? Fourth guy asks about Jay popping onto an AOL chat back in the day and playing exclusive audio from the 6 that he still has, and if he remembers that. Jay says not that specifically, but he used to pop on the chat rooms all the time back in the day. A question for Diamond Donovan Douglas. What is Lama Nama Numi up to in 2024? Jay says he's in the Hall of Fame. Jay says Stranglemania would have gone gold 4 times if it wasn't a bootleg tape. They talk about getting the tapes from the back of the wrestling magazines, how they had no commentary on them, how no one had seen deathmatch wrestling in America like that, how that really was the first time a lot of people saw deathmatch wrestling. A fifth guy comes on and asks about the experience working with the Oddities. Says Giant Silva's wife was like 4 foot tall. Talks about the debut at Madison Square Garden. Said it was one of the greatest experiences of his life. They were on the cover of WWF magazine. Feels like someone should come and take that shit away from them. Like they stole something being in WWF. Like they snuck in. Let's see. He mentions Vince Russo and wanting to talk to Vince Russo. Says the last time they talked was when they were in TNA. They talk about the whole commercial gimmick and walking out. There was no heat when they went to WCW when Russo was there. Wants to know if Vince Russo knew about the commercial deal and them leading them on. Conrad Thompson asks about new talent in 2024 that he likes. Jay puts over the Brothers of Funstruction. He says it's awesome to see AJ Styles getting paid in WWE. Conrad reads some chats saying how how Jay needs his own show on Conrad's network. Jay does need his own show, but he should just do it on his own. Jay says, let's see. Part 2 is coming with Jay. Let's see. Jay plugs the Dead Bug documentary when Dead Bug met the Duke. Plugs the JCW Lunacy taping on the 22nd, the 25 city tour in August and September, the 6-state Halloween tour, and then the Japanese shows will have to be postponed because they are going to the MTV Music Awards for the first time ever. Let's see. Yeah, so that's going to be some shit. ICP at the MTV Music Awards. Did a little video about that. Go check that out. All right, I'm going to close tonight because Shaggy Show's on air right now. I'm going to close tonight with a special message from Violent J from Instagram.
Just wanted y'all to know that I love you so. Juggalos, I love y'all. And I want y'all to know that I love y'all. All right, that's all this is. It's a little celebration of love from you to I, we to us, okay? Because sincerely, it's been a long road, and you motherfuckers have held my hands, and some of you have held my balls for that entire journey. And I want y'all to know that I love y'all, Juggalos, man, for real. And that's what this is. And sometimes on stage at the end of shows, I try to think about how to say that, and I'm just too stupid. I guess my dog trying to get in. All right, spaz. But I love y'all, man. I gotta go.
We love you too, Violent J. And you ain't stupid, dog. You ain't stupid. You're a fucking genius. Love you, dog. Love all of you watching. All right. I'm going to get off here because I think Shaggy Show is live right now. Cheese on top of the steak like King Cobra JFS. That most definitely is what's up. All right, y'all. I need to get off of here. Sorry I didn't get a chance to break down the Shaggy Shows in full. Honestly, it's already a stretched out show anyway. Oh, yeah. The other big thing is Shaggy Show coming to YouTube once a month. That's the other big thing from the Shaggy Shows. Anyway, Shaggy Show probably on now. Go check that out on Twitch. I love y'all. Whoop, whoop. Have a good night. More stuff coming soon. Sign of the Times. Sign of the Times. July 4th. Make sure you hit the pre-save gimmick. I'm going to drop it in the chat one more time. Please. You have no idea how much it helps me out. Hit that pre-save gimmick. It helps me out so much. All right. I love you guys. Whoop, whoop. Have a good night. More stuff coming. Sign of the Times. July 4th. Hopefully I'll shoot a music video this week and get off my ass. July 4th, we're doing some sort of little intimate show at Kosuke's house. Stuff is happening. Yeah. All right. Love you guys. Hashtag America. Love you, cheese. Love you guys. Have a good night. End broadcast.